Emily here. I hope you're all having a wonderful week so far. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some home organization ideas. We are also going to be doing some baking, so some easy recipes to share with you, and then sharing a little bit of home life with you. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and I will have everything I can linked in the description box below. So just tap that more button right next to the title and everything should pop below for you even if you're on your phone. So I hope that helps. So let's go ahead and get started. So today we are going to be organizing more of the house, and I'm really excited because we're going to work on the hall closet. This hall closet is a little bit unique because it has a window in it and it's like oversized, which is great. But at the same time, I'm trying to make it super functional and figure out how it can purpose as a closet, but also kind of like a craft room, if that makes sense. So today we are going to be installing shelves. It's just a blank canvas. There's nothing in it. I decided to have them not do anything. And now looking back, I kind of wish that I would not have had put a door on this or anything, which technically we could probably take the door off, but I love the natural light that comes through. While I was at Lowe's, I was picking up some extra lumber and stuff for the shelving, and I was like, let's just go down the wallpaper aisle. I don't know why, but I wanted to go down, and I found this wallpaper here. And I don't know, I was thinking just something florally, and this popped out, and it matches the trim color in here really nicely. So I don't know, I'm thinking about adding it to this wall. That way if I do want to take the door off, it would be really beautiful. I don't know, I'm debating if I should put the shelves up, have them already cut and everything, or if I should put the wallpaper up. So I thought let's just see what the wallpaper looks like first before we jump right into doing it and then hating it. I thought actually at first maybe I should put it on the behind the shelves, but then it's going to be covered by all my baskets and stuff, so that would be pointless, you know. Here it is. What do we think? Do we like it? Ooh, it's a little smelly. It is peel and stick, so we'll see how that goes. My walls are really smooth though, so I think it will be just fine. But sometimes, like in the past, I have done wallpaper on exterior walls and it has come down. So we shall see. We'll see how this works. I don't know, it's pretty, it's subtle. So what do we think? Having it come down so that way when you look into the room it has something going on. Put the shelves in, and it might be a little bit difficult to work around the shelves, but let's just we'll just go from there, you know? I laid out the shelves at different heights based on the organization bins that I have, which I made a few mistakes. I put an extra few holes in the wall, but I patched them and I just have to repaint them. And just so you know, sometimes it goes that way. No matter how much you plan, sometimes you just mismeasure and you're like, crap, but it's okay. The other thing I wanted to fit in here was a vacuum. And so there's lower shelves on this side, but not on the corner. So I could put the vacuum there. That was another tricky solution. This side has 12 to 15 inches. This side over here, which we won't get to today, but that has 27 inches. So I'm thinking about maybe doing the pack system in there. Or just doing a countertop so I could put like my sewing machine, sewing supplies and stuff, and then have more storage on one side, kind of do like a tower on one side, and then have like a wrapping area, sewing area on the other. I know, wishful thinking, but there's possibilities. This lower shelf I had to notch out for the outlet. Add an extra support in the middle in case I put something like really heavy instead of just linens, like let's say vases or pillows. That's the other thing, is I was gonna do like pillows here and then vases up top and things. But with this window, I know it's going to bleach my materials and stuff. So let me know if you think a UV film would be okay for the window. It's just a picture window, so it doesn't open. That's something I'm running into. So let me know what your thoughts are on that, or do I just do a shade? The thing is I don't want it covered up completely because I really like looking out the view when we're across the way. So let me know what your thoughts on that. Will the UV film be enough to not bleach my linens and my pillows? Because I really don't want my pillows like half sunned and half not, you know? That'd be weird. So for the shelves, I used 3/4 inch plywood with 1x3 trim boards, and I like that because it covered up the end support. You can do whatever you want, but these were easy to paint, and I really like the way it's kind of come together. It just looks finished, and then I just used small 18 gauge brad nails to finish it. Let's see if the vacuum fits. Oh, look at that. Just enough. So now that the shelves are done, I'm going to draw on the wall level lines for the wallpaper. I could get 2 rolls out of each roll of wallpaper, if that makes sense. And so you always want to start with a level line, otherwise your wallpaper is going to be very crooked. I've learned from experience on that. And so since my walls are smooth, I'm just using my hands here, and I'm just slowly peeling off the backing and just rubbing it, making sure there's no air bubbles. You can use like a credit card or like a brush to get the bubbles out. And I'm just using an X-Acto knife to cut around the window and everything. Just take your time with this. It's a slow process when you first start, and it goes really easy though. Honestly, it's not terrible. If you use a pasted wallpaper, it can be a little bit more challenging. I've done both, but honestly, it's kind of relaxing once you get into it because it's so satisfying to see it all come together. As with most wallpaper, the pattern repeats every so often, so once you find that, you can just start it and you just cut off the edge at the top. But it turned out really pretty. I love the way it looks with the trim and then the shelves. I think it's just really pretty. It's relaxing, but it adds some interest to what would be normally a boring room. So what do you think? I'm really happy with it. We'll get to the other side another day. Now I'm going to share with you a really easy bread recipe. This is an Artisan bread, but it's a no knead, so it's literally no fuss. I accidentally killed my sourdough starter when we moved. I forgot about it, and so yeah, it died. So thankfully I had some dried, but I haven't revived that, so I need to work on that actually, grind it up and revive it. So for now, I've just been using this recipe. I made this way before I started making sourdough, and it's just simple, it's no fuss. And I use warm water for this to speed up the process. So basically you mix all the ingredients together and let it sit for 3 to 4 hours, and then once it's bubbly, you take it out and you put it in the oven. Really simple. If you want a slower process, you can use regular temp water from the tap. We have wells, so that I don't know if you have chlorine or not, just be aware of that. But you could let it sit overnight or 18 hours or so. So it's very sticky because it's a wet, shaggy dough. So you're going to want to add some flour when you go to work it and take it out of the container by just put some parchment paper with some flour and then dump it on and kind of shape it into a ball. It's very loose. And then you're going to set your oven to 500 degrees and let it warm for at least 20 minutes. And that way the Dutch oven is super hot, and you're going to put it in there with an ice cube on the outside of the paper, put the lid back on and bake it for 20 minutes covered. Then you will take it off and bake it for another 15 minutes uncovered, and you get this beautiful bread. If you can, wait to slice it. Sometimes if it's really hot, it'll squish down on itself, but it's soft, it's squishy, and it is just delicious. It's a family favorite, and it's so easy. You can take it to parties and things, or gatherings, or give it as a gift if you like, but hopefully you enjoy it. Everything's in the description box. I do some shopping at Costco, which can be dangerous if you know what I mean, bill-wise, but I have a 10-pound bag of sugar that I'll pick up every few months from there, and I put it in this jar. This jar holds about, I would say, 8 pounds of it. So it works pretty well, but I like the wide mouth on it. It helps for when you're baking. You can easily put a 1-cup scoop in there and scoop it out. I got this at Walmart, I believe, and so they have different sizes, but I don't know. I like the wide mouth jars, especially for flours and my baking goods, because then it's easier to use, and I leave these on the counter. Let me know what you like to use. But this next recipe is delicious. It's so easy as well. And I love making homemade goods because you know what's going in it for you and your family, and it just tastes better. So you can screenshot this. I am making strawberry scones with protein. Now you can leave out the protein, but I try to sneak in protein if I can in different baked goods. That way it just keeps us full a little bit longer. It makes it a little bit more nutritious for the kids. But this recipe doesn't have much sugar in it at all. And that's something that I like. I like making them treats that isn't loaded with sugar, but still is healthy. I use a vanilla protein powder by ProMix. So that's where the vanilla comes in. If you don't want to use that, just add a splash of vanilla extract. But you're going to mix all your dry ingredients together. It's super simple. And then you are going to take some frozen butter. It works the best. And your cheese grater, and just shred that butter. I usually do 1/3 to 1/2 cup, depending on how I'm feeling or how much butter I have. So do what works best for you. We're not afraid to use butter and cream in this house. We absolutely love it, and makes it just nutritious and healthy, and it's good for you, in my opinion. But everybody has their own preference. You do what works best for you, and you're just going to stir that. You don't want to mash it or anything, but stir that together. It helps when it's frozen. And then you're going to add in a cup of whole milk or cream. We use raw dairy, so it naturally has some cream in it, but do what works best for you. Raw dairy is really beneficial for health-wise, especially if you're dealing with different allergies and stuff. And there's A2 milk. There's a lot of different options, so look into it if you haven't. But I just let that sit while I chop up some frozen strawberries. You can use whatever fruit you like to. These are from 2 summers ago. I found a bag and I was like, it smells delicious. We're using those. So added those in, just chopped up. You can use whatever you'd like. You can even use dry fruit if you want to. Mix it all together. It should be kind of like biscuit dough. I added a little bit too much cream though. I didn't actually look at my 1 cup mark, so I had to add a little bit more flour. So don't be afraid to adjust things if you need to. Every flour is going to be different, so just use it kind of as a guideline, if you would say. But you're going to mix that together. Don't mash it or anything, just till it comes together, and then you're going to pour that out and shape it into a disc. I like to fold it over once or twice, kind of like biscuits, but not a ton, and just to give it a nice shape, and just add a couple layers to it, you know. And then you're going to pop that in the freezer for 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, or you can put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes or so, but you just want it to chill before you bake it. That way it helps kind of gather it together and things. And then once you have that and it's been chilled, you're going to take it out, and then you're going to cut it into triangles or whatever shape you like. I usually just do triangles. It's easier. Just make sure that you separate them on the cookie sheet, because they will expand. All right, give at least an inch or 2 between them. Set your oven to 400 degrees while you're doing this, so it preheats. Then you're going to brush it with some cream. You could do egg, but I find the eggs are just expensive right now and hard to come by, so cream works just fine. And then I top it with some brown sugar or some coarse sugar as an extra topping. You could do white chocolate chips if you want to. Put those babies in the oven for 15 minutes, and they're going to come out beautiful, a little golden and delicious. You can serve these any time of the day. I usually have it for breakfast, and then we snack on the rest for lunch. They only last a day. Let's be honest here. We love baked goods. So I hope you enjoy this recipe and found it helpful, and let me know if you try it, because they are divine. I love them. This is my favorite container for brown sugar because it holds the clay blocks that help keep the brown sugar soft, and I do this every couple months, and you just soak it in some water for like 10 minutes and then you dry them off and put them back in. I got this container years ago off Amazon. I don't even know if they still have it. It is plastic, that's the only downside, but you could easily just put the clay blocks in a normal container, and I'll leave those linked down below because they keep everything so soft and you don't have rock hard brown sugar, so it's definitely a game changer. My bread container, I got this years ago at World Market. I don't even know if they still carry it. I bought 2 of them because one, we forgot that it had no handle, so it just slipped right out, and it holds a 10-pound bag of my flour. And I usually go through about every week and a half, and I love it because it's a wide mouth and it just works so much better, like I talked about earlier. And it has a little silicone lid, and I like having them on the counter because that's where I bake and stuff. But for normal everyday life, we have to stack firewood because we have a wood burning stove, which is lovely but a little bit of work at the same time. And then I will go for a daily walk to get some sunshine because it definitely helps my mood in the winter. Winter can be very gloomy, and so the sun just hitting your face, it just makes all the difference. So get outside, get some movement. Been wanting to be creative in a different way lately, and last year I didn't get to do much creativity, and so I saw watercoloring and I thought that's something I would love to learn how to do, and it has been delightful. It is so calming, and I look forward to this part of my days. It's like 30 minutes to an hour of my day where I get to relax and be artistic, and I am enjoying it so much. What is something that you do, especially in wintertime when you're cooped up from the snow and everything? What is something that just allows you to be creative but also calms you a bit and relaxes you? Let me know that in the comments. Help everybody out and share those things that you do. But it has been such a joy, and I cannot wait to order more books and do more. I'd actually like to start painting the way I want the garden to look and give that visual to you guys, and also for myself, and kind of draw it out and then watercolor. I think that'd be so neat. So let me know if that's something that you'd like to see, and let me know if you've enjoyed today's video. A little bit different, home organization, baking, and a little bit of art and stuff. But let me know if you've enjoyed it. If you want me to share a little bit more of our home life with you, let me know that in the comments, or if you just want me to stick to decorating, I will do that too. But spring's coming, I'm so excited for, so you'll be seeing a little bit of spring decorating, different spring hauls, and sharing with you different items. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you. I share a variety of items on my channel just to be able to inspire and motivate you. So I hope you have enjoyed today's video. Give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you again for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.